All flesh is grass. I was reminded of this quote by Gene Logsdon, a progressive small-scale farmer and writer, as I was studying the catabolism of carbohydrates. The specific carbohydrate-producing grass I have in mind today is wheat. It's past, present, and future. Hi, I'm Kayla Preece, and I'm an agroecologist. I'm also a naturopathic medicine student. Though these two titles may seem unrelated, I hope I can convince you that this isn't so. Every time I turn around these days, I feel like there's a new book or movie on the importance of how food is grown. This is where agroecologists come in. We look at the lay of the land and note the soil type, but rarely are the human's needs, be it nutritionally or medicinally, part of the design. Nowhere does this deficiency in design seem more evident than with wheat. Wheat gave birth to human civilization as we know it. I can imagine a woman in the Fertile Crescent around 13,000 years ago, walking through a field of grass, plucking off the nutritious seed heads to take back home to cook, clean, and eat. In a stroke of genius, she realizes that she could take those seeds, plant them a little closer to home, and have her food closer to her doorstep. And so the development of agriculture and wheat began, and it continues today. However, the story is not so simple. But something has changed in the human aspect of this picture. While gluten has been a major food staple in the Western world for hundreds of years, today gluten intolerance is a health problem that cannot be underestimated. Our by far most abundant intake of gluten is via wheat. That realization as an agroecologist sent my head spinning. I thought of agroecologist colleagues who've been using classical plant breeding methods to develop wheat for certain bioregions, an endeavor that can take up to 30 years to complete. What if at the end of 30 years and they have a working prototype, they realize that no one can digest their food? So what's changed? Is it perhaps a result of a generation that used the USDA food pyramid that recommended 6 to 12 servings of grain a day? Or maybe it's genetics. We've been fiddling with the genetics of wheat for a long time. Perhaps the push for larger kernels or for greater drought resistance changed some subtle protein or nutrient that, though we cannot now put our finger on it, was vital for its digestion. Sometimes food is medicine. Other times the lack of food is medicine. Acknowledging the power of what we put into our mouths is important either way. Though the future of wheat may not put it at the top of our starch intake list, other, presently obscure but perhaps more digestible grains may in the future take its place. The options are great, and so it should rightly be, because again, all flesh is grass.